Hey friends, criminal defense attorney Ryan Pacyga, and today I'm going to talk to you about this situation that we find a lot of family members in, and that is their loved one has been arrested. So your loved one's been arrested, they're at jail, you want to get them out of there, but you don't know how to do it. They haven't even been given a court date yet, and now you're hearing that they might be stuck in there for 2 days before they're even in front of a judge. What do you do about that? Maybe they're going to lose their job if they don't get to work the next day. Maybe you're going to have family issues, or maybe the person just wants to get the heck out of jail and you want to get them out of jail. What do you do? Well, let me tell you a story about how something happened overnight here. We had a woman call us, and her husband got arrested for DWI. And normally this was an aggravated DWI, so in Minnesota, normally it's supposed to be a mandatory bail of $12,000. The issue was that the person wasn't even charged yet. Because after you're arrested by the police, if they bring you to the jail and they're not going to send you home, then what happens is that oftentimes a prosecutor has to write what's called a criminal complaint in a gross misdemeanor or felony, and that's when you're officially charged. And then after you're charged, and only after that, can a judge really usually set the bail in a case. So this comes down to relationships as one part of it, and having a lawyer that has some relationships, knows who to talk to, how to request these things, and has probably some good standing with the prosecutors and the courts in order to try to make these things happen. No lawyer can promise it can happen every time, but relationships do matter. And here's how this works. So this woman, her husband's arrested for DWI. He was looking at sitting in the jail for 2.5 days before he was brought before a judge with a bail hearing, especially in the county where he was arrested. Well, we told her, hey, we can try to get bail set for you. We can't promise it can be done, but we can try to do that. And we did that. So we learned he wasn't charged yet. So then we knew which prosecutor was in charge of that particular city. We gave a call to that prosecutor and asked him, since he's going to be charging the guy, if he could speed up charging the guy rather than wait the 2 days that he's allowed to wait before charging the guy. And the prosecutor agreed to do that. In addition, we asked if he'd agree to have bail set, and the prosecutor agreed not only to set bail, or to agree that a judge could, but not for the $12,000 amount, but down to $3,000, which really made a difference for this family, because when you pay a bond agent in Minnesota, they charge 10% as their fee, and you don't get that money back. So rather than having this guy sit for 2.5 days before he's in front of a judge and then having a judge set the bail at $12,000, the prosecutor, we got them to charge the case out, number one, so that bail could get set, and set bail at $3,000 instead of $12,000, which saved this woman $900, because you pay 10%. If bail's $12,000, she would have had to pay a bond agent $1,200, 10% of $12,000. Because it was down to $3,000, she had to pay $300, so that saved her $900 out of pocket that she wouldn't have gotten back from a bond agent. So that was very helpful for her. We were able then to get the bond posted for him and get him out of jail, which allowed him to get to work the next day so he didn't lose his job or have to explain to an employer at least why he was a no-show for work. And so those are some things that can be done with a lawyer who knows how to deal with this situation where there's an arrest and you want to try to get a loved one out of jail before they're brought for a judge, sometimes 2-3 days down the road, or even longer if it's a weekend, for example. So again, every case is unique. No lawyer can guarantee that that can happen all the time, but lawyers who have been around a long time and know the players in it, meaning who's the prosecutor, which judges are assigned for bail that day, how to navigate the jail system and the bail system and the court system, we can increase the odds in many situations that bail can be set swiftly so that you can keep your employment, get your loved one back home, and start dealing with the case without having a lot of other pitfalls along the way. If you have any other questions, I'm criminal defense attorney Ryan Pacyga. You can find me at arrestedmn.com or call me at 612-339-5844. We're here to help.